friends, this is Barbara from Wigs and Fluff. Now today I have for you a couple of different ways to do rooting on hair. Now, it's first thing that we're going to need is some eyeshadow. Now I decided to use this one. This is just the NUDES, Maybelline, the NUDES. Just get it at the, drugstore, grocery store, wherever. And it has 24, whoops. Now I can't get it back open. There we go. It doesn't have 24. It has 12 little different colors. And it's got grays and blacks in it too. So I like that one. So I have a paintbrush or an eyeshadow brush. And this is just plain eyeshadow. And we're going to go with gray for this one because this is such a white color. I thought maybe the gray would look good on this particular head. And if I set it right like that, I think you can still see. So there's a sparkly one I'm going to stay away from, I think. But I think what I'm going to do to begin with is to put clips in, make sure it stays down. And you see what I'm doing here? Like that. And then I'm going to go down in that rootedness right in through here and try to put in a few roots. And I think I'm going to spray it first with a little bit of wig spray. Give it a spritz of wig spray. We're going to see how this works out. So I've got my wig color, my eyeshadow colors right here, all the different ones, and I'm going to use this one right here for this. And then maybe I'll go to this one first. And we'll see how well this one does. I kind of like the grayish colors first before I go to others. And I think spraying hairspray on it first, maybe if I hold it up like this. You do have to take your time with this. It does take a little bit of time to get going. But it will do the job. I may have to use a different brush. I may have to go get me a different brush. I'm not sure this one is just doing everything I want it to do. Now, eyeshadow will wash out. But we don't wash our wigs every day, so this should be good for a few days. Here we go. I think the darker one works better. I'm going to spray it again. Just get it wet. And I think that helps. I'm putting a little bit of rootedness in there. And this will stay. Get some in the bangs area. Can you see that? What I'm doing, I'm bringing it down kind of into the bangs, into that area, like that. And I'm doing a combination of the dark and the gray, like that. A little combination of them, kind of getting both involved. And doing some more rootedness in here. I think it will work out for me, hopefully. Just keep on working, take your time. Don't rush along. There's no reason to have to hurry, unless you're in a hurry to go somewhere. In which case you probably should choose a different wig. Now I've got it somewhat rooted here. I'm going to take these clips out for the moment and just work on getting that rootedness in. Now, I can move it over. I've got one of these little combs, and I'm combing through it. That will help spread it down. And you can see the rootedness there. I think I need a little bit more. Right up in here. When you start doing it up close, you can see better where you need it. But this little wig really needed some rootedness, so I thought I would use it to see whether or not the eyeshadow trick works, and it does. Eyeshadow will work just fine, but it will wash out. And then I like to put that down, and then I like to take my comb. I found that the comb helps spread it a little bit. So you can see the rootedness taking shape there. Really cute. I think that looks real good on this little wig. Some nice rootedness. And I'm just doing it on a wig head right here in my lap because I find that's just kind of easy to do. But the more you comb it, the more it spreads out and the better that it looks, it seems to be. But this is just a little experiment to see if these two colors were really going to work here. You don't want it just to the front. You want it to come down in the back as well. So you need to keep going. You may need some of those clips to hold it down in the back. These little alligator clips come in handy. They use these a lot in the beauty salons. I'm looking at my time. This could take a lot of time or a short amount of time. That's what I figured out it was going to be, either a lot of time or a short amount of time. And I don't want to long videos. People don't like long videos. They like short ones. Just so they can munch on an idea and move along, so to speak, if you will. Just kind of a snack idea. I want to put a little spray on the back. This is non-alcohol spray, so a lot of water in it. So yeah, it does spread it. You can see how it spreads. Look how easy that spreads with a little bit of wet. It just, can you see how that spreads? Am I holding it very well? But you just keep working until you get it the way you like it. And it's going to look a whole lot better with a little bit of rootedness. That's what I think. And I like a little bit more to the front, I think, on this particular wig. I think a little more to the front. Just keep in mind you're going to be washing this wig anyways, and all of this will come out. Nothing there that isn't not going to come out. So let me take this wig off, and let me put this one back on. And I need my little comb. Now this one is the asymmetrical little number. Look at that rootedness. Doesn't that make all the difference in the world with this little hairstyle? All the difference in the world. And it looks pretty natural too. Looks pretty natural. Now remember, this particular hairstyle is the NATALIE, and the color was Buttermilk. And I thought the Buttermilk was a pretty color, but I thought it needed rootedness to it. And I thought just a little bit of color up at the top would make all the difference, and it does. It does make all the difference in the world. So you can see how much that works, how beautifully that works. And the hairspray tends to spread it out and water it down a bit so it can easily spread. So it makes it look more natural. So that is a process to use when you're wanting to try to do a root in your hair. Now, I have another one, if I can find it. I have the wig here, but I don't know where I put. This is not it. Sometimes I get things lost. 1 minute. Okay, so I left her in the grocery bag. That's what I did with her. But anyways, you can see how this one turned out. This is the NATALIE. You can see how the NATALIE turned out. This is a very low volume wig. So whatever you do is going to really make a big impact. I think it's really cute. I could go even darker if I wanted to with the eyeshadow. Now this is another way. This is the Everpro GRAY AWAY, and it's wax free, and it's supposed to be targeted gray root coverage. But you could use this, I think. I want to try it and see. It's a marker, like that. And I thought I would try and see how well if I can get. My goodness. Oh, that's the end. That was confusing. Okay, so the cap is on this end. There's the goods right there. All right, so let me get this one off the hook. This one is going to be the TORI in Creamy Blonde. This was another one that I said that I thought needed rooting. This is the TORI wig. Let me get her seated on here really nicely and properly. It's important to do that first so you know where your rooting is. and whether or not you're going to wear it to the side, if you want a side part rooting or a middle part rooting. Or you can do it bit by bit, so it doesn't matter which way. You could do it a little bit here and a little bit over here, some more. In other words, you could do it like that under there or under here, like that. Either way would work, but you can see the big difference it makes in this little Natalie wig. You can see it really does. The eyeshadow really does work. So let's see what we've got here with the TORI. There we go. And let me get that. I've got the part to the side here, which is good. Let me put a couple of clamps in, real careful like first, to hold things down. Always a good idea. Now it fell off. All right, we'll do it again. Shouldn't be too hard. Okay, the clamps saved me, but there we go. These are just experiments, just to seeing what works. I really like this. I really like the eyeshadow. And this is the Nudes by Maybelline. 24 karat Nudes by Maybelline. This is all this is. Just eyeshadow. Grocery store eyeshadow. Now we're going to try out this particular stick. This is the Everpro GRAY AWAY. So let's see what this one does. This is just a brown. Let's see if this is going to do anything at all. Let's use some hairspray with it and see if that helps. I'm going to take the clips out. I don't think they're really all that necessary for right now. And I want that to go down because it is making a difference. Trying to hold it up so you can see, but it's hard to do it and hold it at the same time. So now I'm going for the front. I have it in the side part position, I believe. So I'm going for the back here. I'm going to put some over here. And then what I'm going to do is put that down, and then I'm going to use the comb, and the comb helps spread it out. Look how beautiful that is. Look how beautiful that is. That just goes right down, see? Isn't that pretty? I think that is looking pretty good. I'm going to spray it again. Just a little hair, just a little spritz, gets it wet. And this is a non-alcoholic hairspray, non-alcohol. So this is just mostly water. So it's the hairspray. So that's what these wig sprays are, mostly water. They don't have a great deal. So you can see the rootedness in this one already. I think we need to go to the front with this one a bit more. And down the back, and there's some areas back here. It's really hard to do this and hold it up at the same time. But I'm just adding hairspray to make it spread. That's all. And then combing through it. The combing through it will keep it from being plastered down or sticky or whatever. So there's your rootedness there with that. That worked really well. Now there's another way that you can do it, but I don't have one of these pens at the moment, but I'll get one and we'll do another video. These are Copic, C-O-P-I-C, Copic markers. Yeah, markers. They're expensive. They're like $5 a piece or $30, $40 for the whole pack. So, I mean, it's a price range thing. If you're in a hurry and you don't have a lot of money and you happen to have some eyeshadow around, that works perfectly well. And it gives us that just little bit of rooted color that really helps. And this one too works really, really, really well. It just needs to be combed through a little bit more and spread out. So, but it does work. It works very well. Looks really pretty. There. So this one here was the Tori wig in Creamy Blonde, and this one here was the NATALIE in Buttermilk. So you can see the difference. I'll take this one off and I'll put this one on now so you can see the Tori. Now this one is still wet up at the top, just from the hairspray, and it'll dry in just a minute. I'm thinking it's going to dry in just a minute. I think I might like a little bit more right up in here. You can try and do that while you're wearing it, but I think it's kind of difficult. Or you can get a friend to do it while you're wearing it. You could do that if you trust your friend. So there's the Tori. That's what that looks like. That's how she came out using the Everpro GRAY AWAY sticks. Everpro GRAY AWAY sticks in medium brown. That's the color I used. Medium brown. And this is the little Tori wig. And it looks so much better. So much better, I think, with a little bit of rooting up in there. I really like it. I think it's pretty. So, that's my story on rooting today and how to make roots in your wig. Now, whether or not you want to use this on a brand new wig or not is up to you. You can. There's no reason not to, but you just have to know that, you know, when you're getting into it, things may not work out as well as you'd hope. So I could bring this over a little bit more, couldn't I? Even more. So I'll work on that today. It's very pretty. And then I'm going to wash these two wigs and we'll see what happens when we wash them. That will be an interesting part of the story. Okay, so now I want to talk to you about something else. Putting your faith in the solid rock of Jesus. The Bible says, whoever hears these sayings of mine and does them is like a wise man who built his house upon the rock. Matthew 7:24. Matthew 7:24. The sayings are primarily about his teachings in the Sermon on the Mount found in the book of Matthew. If we want faith that will not sway with the winds of this world and in our lives, build it on the rock of Jesus' teachings. Won't let you down, the solid rock of Jesus' teachings. There we go. Jesus is compassionate and looks for ways to love and bless his people. He loves you so much. So trust in him today and build your faith on nothing less than the solid rock of Jesus. Now I'm wearing the TORI in Creamy Blonde, and I put some rootedness in it, as you can see. Really makes a difference in these little wigs that are all one color or predominantly one color. It just really helps give them definition. So I really like this one in the TORI, and I really like the one I did over here with the little NATALIE. So that's my story for today, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.